What do I know about Jim FERNALD? Well, I go a ways back with Jim, way back actually, to the old location on kind of where Chaps is right now. And Jim had just become the sales manager, and he was very efficient and very serious all the time. He learned that. That's probably one of the best things he ever learned. I think Jim's helpful, his early nannying, his helpful hints of the emails you'd get, or the particularly copies in our mailbox upstairs of him as a child with a phone, and it says smile when you dial. And more calls equal more sales. You know, novelty items like this. I think Jim finds a new career. It's probably going to be doing cocktail napkins.
I guess one of the stories that always comes up, for me at least, with Jim is I always am reminded of the story that Devin told me about a time when he was going out of town. I think he was going to DC, and he walked into her office at the end of the day, and I guess they were going over last minute things. And he said, I just wanted to make sure that you know that you can get a hold of me on my cell phone if you need to. And then he looked at the stapler in his hand and realized it wasn't on a cell phone.
Looking back through 40 years of history, we're thinking, you know, when you first started here, this is the kind of camera equipment you're probably making commercials on. Now today, we're shooting on full high definition. Right there. So in tribute to you, we decided that we would take the rest of this and make it look just like it did way back in the day. So now, this is what it would be like if we were doing commercial work back in the day. Well, that would just get annoying. Well, I tell you what, Jim, there's one other thing. Cam and Doug told me that you used to be their boss, and one of the things you were going to implement, or did implement with them, was a commission-based system on production charges. So I have collected all of my production charges since I've been here, and if you want to go ahead and write a check for me, and you could talk later, I think the number comes to $32,765.28. So you can make that out to Sam King. All right, thanks, Jim.
I always remember the time whenever I went into Jim's office every day before I was on vacation and told him, because I won't be here next week, Jim, you blah, blah, blah. And by Thursday, he was tired of hearing me say it. And I said, okay. That's it. And come Monday morning, he went over to Laura's office saying, do you know where Devin is?
Well, hey, Jim, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight. And you know, it's odd. You get around the holidays and an event like this, and you think back over 25 years of history that we've shared together here at Channel 29. And I could state the obvious that, of course, you gave me my job here and have worked with me and brought me into the sales department, from being support staff all the way up to being a salesman itself. But I think the thing that sticks out most to me over this course of time is that one really busy and stressful Christmas season, when I was still doing the production coordination and the scripting, I think I mentioned to you in passing just how hard it was to leave all of that behind when I went home, and you sat me down and talked to me for a few minutes about the importance of being able to leave work at work and enjoy your family life for what it is, because it passes by so quick. And at that time, I think James was about in his teens and my son was just born, and it hit me at just the right moment. I really took it to heart, and so that is something that I will always be appreciative of, probably above and beyond the business relationship that we've had. So once again, congratulations on a well-deserved retirement, and we wish you all the best.
Hi, Jim. Congratulations on 40 successful years at NBC 29. I've been here for 28 of those, and I'd like to thank you for giving me a chance to work here, showing me the ropes, showing me how to roll with the punches, and thanks for everything.
He started working here before I was born.
Before my parents even met.
Hi, Jim. Long time no see. I'm sorry that I can't be there tonight to shake your hand personally and to celebrate the Christmas season with you and with everyone else at NBC 29. But please know that I am thinking of you tonight. And the first thought that comes to my mind is that you are so much a part of both the station and the community it serves that it's hard for me to imagine NBC 29 without you. Jim, you're going to be one tough act for anyone else to follow. I have been thinking back recently on all of the weekly department head meetings that you and I sat together through. And from the beginning, you always struck me as a strong advocate. First and foremost, as an advocate for your people, for all the folks in your department. Second, for NBC 29 as a whole. You always seem to look out for the best interests of the station itself. And finally, for the entire community. I know I don't need to tell you this, but Charlottesville and the entire area comprise a special historic place. And I always had the sense that you were working to help move the community forward, but also to always help preserve that legacy. And I don't want to take too much time here, but the last thing I want to say is how grateful I remain to you and to all of the folks who sell all of the ads that provide the money for all of the work that everyone else in the station does. I admire you and I admire them. I could not do what you do every day. But I tried during my many years at 29 to never forget and to never let my people forget that all those wonderful toys we got to play with in the news department, from the fancy cameras to the snazzy live trucks and even to a large extent to the professional looking clothes on our backs, all of this was paid for thanks to all of the hard work that you and your colleagues did every day. So again, Jim, thank you. Get some rest. You deserve it. And you're in one of my favorite places this evening, so do me a favor and drink a cup of hot cider for me, would you? And drink a toast to Mr. Jefferson and have yourself a very Merry Christmas and a happy and much more relaxing New Year. Take care. Good night.